Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. So there's three possible reasons why you click this video. You're either thinking about trying Destiny 2, trying to decide if it's worth coming back after such a long break, or you tried it, you have absolutely no idea where to start or what's going on, so you sort of gave up. I will say now is literally the perfect time to start playing Destiny 2 because the highly anticipated Witch Queen DLC is only a couple weeks away. And with over 1 million pre-orders, the future of this game is looking real good. Destiny 2 is, in my opinion, of course, the best looter shooter out right now. There's an overwhelming amount of content, a huge player base, you have cross-play, cross-save, consistent support on the game, and the best part, Destiny 2 is free. The base game, which offers the main story campaign and access to a decent amount of the endgame activities, including PvP, I mean, there's really no reason not to try this game. My goal in today's video is to explain everything you need to know about Destiny 2 because it can be super overwhelming when you go in blind. If you find this video helpful, a thumbs up would be very much appreciated. It seriously helps with the algorithm. So the more likes we get, the higher the chance this video will be recommended to people that may need it. We're going to be covering tons of Destiny 2 this year, obviously including Witch Queen, which is coming out very soon. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, become a part of the family. And with all that being said, welcome to the Destiny 2 Beginner's Guide 2022 edition. So the first thing we need to go over is classes. When you start Destiny for the first time, you're given the option to choose from 3 different classes. You have the Titan, the Hunter, and the Warlock. Each class excels in different ways, and there's really no wrong choice here. To make things a little bit easier for you, I will say this. The Titan is all about resilience, which is the amount of damage you can take before dying. This is an amazing option for anyone that enjoys tanking damage and being the backbone of the team. The Hunter is known for mobility, which is essentially your character's overall movement speed and jump height, making this the perfect class for anyone that likes fast-paced gameplay. And also the Hunter performs especially well in PvP. The Warlock, which is the last class to choose from, last but not least, focuses on recovery and healing. Recovery increases the speed at which you regain lost health. So for anyone interested in supporting your team and keeping them alive, the Warlock is going to be the best option for you. So the next thing we have to talk about is navigating the menus and just honestly understanding the user interface in Destiny 2. So if I open up the director right now, there is so much going on. There's planets all over the place, a bunch of icons, and this can be extremely overwhelming to somebody that just started the game. And I feel like this is primarily the reason why a lot of people stop playing. They just don't know where to start. They don't know what to do, and it can be extremely disencouraging. So I'm going to try my best to keep this as simple and straightforward as possible. So when you are in orbit and you open up the director, like I said, you have a lot of different options here. So everything you see here is planets and areas you can go to complete missions, bounties, raids, pretty much all of the content that Destiny 2 has to offer. So the main place, the most important place to go is the tower. I mean, this is the hub, and we're going to take an in-depth look at the tower. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the tower in a different part of this video, but what I want to focus on now is helping you guys understand the menu. So for destinations, there's a bunch of places you can go. If you look here at the top, we have Crucible. Crucible is actually Destiny 2's PvP. You have a couple of different game modes to choose from. You can choose Control, Rumble, Elimination, Survival, Showdown. You can even create a private match if you want to learn the ropes, learn how the game plays, learn how PvP is overall. If we go back here, we have Vanguard. Now, Vanguard is PvE, and this is where you do strikes. You do these strikes with your friends. You can matchmake for other people, and you can do strikes, which are basically missions where you can get gear. It's a really easy way to level up, get good gear for your character, and increase your Vanguard rank overall. So keep in mind, the more you play Crucible, the more you're going to increase your Crucible rank, and with that Crucible rank, you gain access to better gear for your character, engrams, stuff like that. Same thing with the Vanguard. The more you play Vanguard, the more your Vanguard rank is going to increase. And once it increases, you gain access to even more powerful gear for your character, so you can increase your light level. You also have Gambit here, which is a PvE VP game mode. If you want to try it out, it's pretty good. And then the last thing here, Legends. gets you some access to the Vault of Glass raid, which is not something you really need to worry about as a new player. But one thing you may notice about all these destinations, you'll see these yellow stars. Now, what are these yellow stars? So on a daily basis, when you hover over something that has a yellow star, you can see here, for example, Glory Survival, which is a PvP game mode. It says right here, win rounds in either Glory rank playlist. So if I get 7 wins, I get powerful gear. And powerful gear is going to increase our character's light level. So you really want to focus on different activities in the destination section here. For example, here, if you go to the Cosmodrome, you can go to this right here, which is a dungeon. Obviously, you have to be recommended power level 1310, but this is just to give you an idea. If you complete this dungeon, you get pinnacle gear, and pinnacle gear is the highest tier engram, highest tier loot you can get in this game. Everything else is pretty much different planets you can go to. You can free roam here. You can do activities, do some side missions, some patrols, really anything you want to do. And then obviously when you start quests, they're going to tell you to go to specific planets, and it's pretty simple from there. So hopefully you guys got a solid understanding of what the destinations page is, how to navigate it. And then obviously if you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below. If we press R1 and go to the right here, this is our roster. This is where we can join friends, invite other players, accept invites. Obviously, Destiny 2 is cross-play, so you can play with people from PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So this is primarily where you're going to go to invite your friends, interact with your clanmates, whatever it may be. And then if we press R1 one more time, we are on Season 15 right now. So here, basically, it's kind of like a battle pass. As you progress in level, as you rank up your character, you're going to gain Season XP, and you gain access to items here. So you can see, for example, I just got a bright engram, which I can claim, an upgrade module, which you use to upgrade your weapons, an enchantment core. So these are all materials that you definitely need. If you pay for the premium, which I believe is $10, you gain access to more items in the season pass. So because I paid for the premium, I can actually claim these items below. And you can see right there, I just got a legendary pair of arms for my hunter, and that's kind of an overview of this. So you can see here, Season 5 actually ends in 18 days and 20 hours, and that's when Witch Queen releases, so we have a new season to look forward to. If we go back to destinations in the middle and we go to the left, you can see the map. There's no map available here because we are in orbit, but this tab is actually extremely important. So this is your quests tab. This is where you can access your quests and your bounties. You can see here that I finished a couple bounties and I can actually turn them in so I can claim my rewards. But this is the part where I feel like a lot of people get extremely intimidated. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Where do you start? So as a new player, what I'm going to personally recommend is for you to go here on the second tab, New Light. This is the main campaign of the game. This is what you should start doing. This is going to help you learn the ropes of the game, what the game has to offer, where to go, what to do. So if you don't know where to start, go to New Light, and this is where you're going to start doing these quests. A Guardian Rises. Some of the other options here, you have Beyond Light, which is another expansion that you have to pay for. You have some seasonal quests, playlists, exotic quests, and the past. So Legacy Forsaken, which is another DLC that came out a while ago. So the last tab here to the left, which is the store, this is basically Destiny 2's microtransactions. So if you want to buy some silver, unlock some cosmetics, shaders for your character, this is completely optional, by the way. You don't have to do any of this, but I just want to give you guys an idea of what this tab has to offer. If we press start, this will give us an overview of our character. The subclass that we are using, keep in mind there are 3 subclasses. You have Solar, which is basically fire damage. You have Void, and then you have Arc. Each subclass is going to offer different abilities for your character that you can kind of mess around with and, you know, choose what makes the most sense for your playstyle. So you have Solar, you have Void, and Arc, and then if you purchase the Beyond Light expansion, you gain access to a 4th subclass, which is called Stasis, which is extremely powerful, by the way. But here, you can see your weapons, everything in your inventory, your ghost, your player's items, all your new items will be here. And keep in mind, this is your power level or your light level, whatever you want to say. As you play the game, as you progress, you're going to gain new gear that's going to be higher in power level, and you always want to make sure you have the highest tier loot on your character, at least until you get to endgame, right? So this is our character. If we press R1 and go to the right, we have our inventory. So this is all the items that we have, all of your consumables. If we go to the left, you have triumphs, which is something you don't really need to focus on right now. Also collections, and then clan. Clan is also very important. If you plan on joining a clan or creating a clan, this is the tab you're going to go to see who's online. You also get weekly clan engrams, which is pretty insane. So because I did a raid, or my clan did a raid last night, I went to the clan vendor at the tower, which we will take a look at, don't worry, and got a free engram for my character. If we go back to the character real quick, you can press it down, and you have a couple of different things to choose from here. You have your ship, your sparrow, you can change your emblem for your character, your banner, you have emotes, a lot of different things here. So that's an overview of the director. Again, if you have any questions, let me know below. And then if we press start, that was pretty much an overview of the character and a couple other things that we have access to here, like the inventory and the clan menu, for example. Any specific questions, please let me know in the comments below. So the next thing we have to go over is the tower, which is the Guardian Hub. This is where you go to access very important things. So when we go to the director and we go to destinations, tower is always going to be in the middle. Once we click on the tower, we can go ahead and fast travel there. So we're going to go ahead and launch. So once you get to the tower, we are going to be teleported right here. And there's a couple of destinations that are important, and I have to share with you here. So if we go over here to the left, we have the Postmaster. So whenever you're running any type of content and you get engrams that drop, loot that drops for you that you, for some reason, forgot to pick up or you just didn't see it, the Postmaster is going to have it for you. So you're never really going to lose any of your loot. If you don't see it and you forget about it, you can come here to the Postmaster and you can pick up your gear that you dropped. Right next to the Postmaster, we have Tess. So Tess is kind of like your cosmetic microtransaction person. You can talk to her to buy silver and get those cosmetic items that we spoke about earlier. So we have the Postmaster, and then to the right we have Tess, which we just took a look at. The next thing we're going to do is come over here and speak to Commander Zavala, which is in charge of Vanguard. So real quick, just to kind of refresh your memory before we get into this, if we go ahead and open the director and we go back to destinations, I talked to you guys about the Vanguard, which is PvE strikes that you do with other players. As you do these strikes, your Vanguard rank is going to increase. Once it increases, you gain access to engrams, right? Commander Zavala also has bounties, so you can pick up these bounties. They give you specific objectives. As you complete these objectives for the bounties, you get XP and you can level up your character a lot faster. There's also specific armor that you can get from Zavala here. So every time you guys do strikes, and you play the Vanguard playlist, your rank is going to go up. So make sure, especially if you've been playing a lot of strikes, to come here, speak to Commander Zavala, and pick up your engrams. So that's Commander Zavala. We're going to go ahead, take a left here. And this guy is basically in charge of Crucible, okay? Lord Shax, the Crucible handler. So going back real quick, just to refresh you guys, open the director. We already talked about Vanguard. And Crucible, like I mentioned, is Destiny 2's PvP. So as you play Crucible, your Crucible rank is going to increase. As your Crucible rank increases, you can come to this character. You can see right here, my Crucible rank actually went up. I've been playing a lot of Crucible this morning, and I just got a new Crucible engram. I'll go ahead and open it, and look at that. I just got a hand cannon and a chest armor mod for my character. So Lord Shax is for Crucible, and Commander Zavala is for Vanguard. So if you play a lot of PvP, you're going to be speaking to Lord Shax a lot. If you do a lot of strikes with your friends or if you matchmake with other players, you're going to be speaking to Commander Zavala. So right next to Lord Shax here, we have the Vault. And you can put any items you want in here, and you can actually share them between characters. So if you have a Hunter and you have a Titan, you can share gear here, share different types of weapons. So you can use a weapon that your Hunter has, put it in the Vault, and use it on your Titan, for example. If we come over here, we can speak to Master Rahul, which is the Cryptarch. So you're going to get engrams, which is good because I have one right now. I can show you guys exactly what he does, that need to be decrypted. So I have an engram. I'm going to go ahead, decrypt it, and look at that. We just got a grenade launcher. We got a power weapon. So you can actually also purchase engrams from this guy. I don't really recommend it, but if you want to use your legendary shards and get more engrams, you can do that. After speaking to him, we have this guy right here, which is the Gunsmith, Banshee 44. So as you deconstruct weapons, you get materials. You can actually exchange those materials, go ahead and give it to him, increase your reputation, and once that bar fills up, you can take a guess, you get another engram. So there's so many different ways to unlock gear in this game. You can play Vanguard, you can do those strikes, increase your Vanguard rank, you can play PvP, do Crucible, increase your Crucible rank, and every time you deconstruct weapons, you can come over here to the gunsmith, turn them in, and get even more engrams. He also has access to different weapons. I think they rotate on a weekly basis every Tuesday. So I would take some time at the tower to kind of just browse through all this stuff, pick up some bounties. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do in this game, guys. After speaking to the gunsmith, we can go ahead and make our way down here. There's a couple of people here that might be important for you, especially at the beginning of the game, and especially if you decided to join a clan or create a clan. So there's this person right here to the left that you'll probably only speak to if you're doing missions where you have to talk to the Warlock Vanguard. You're probably not going to talk to her much, but if you are in a clan and you just joined a clan, either or, if we go up here, this is actually the clan steward. So if I press this right here, this is going to give us some information for clan bounties, weekly raid challenges, consumables. So real quick, like I showed you guys earlier, if I press start and go to my character and I go over to clan, my clan actually completed a raid yesterday. Because we did that as a clan, even if I'm not there, as long as my clan did a raid for the week, I gain access to a clan engram. I actually already picked up this engram, but this person right here, Hawthorne, the clan steward, is the person you want to go to when your clan completes those challenges. This is where you're going to pick up your engram. So without making it too overwhelming, this is probably the most important people to know about in the tower when you fast travel here. So the last thing I think we should go over is player stats. So right here we have mobility, we have resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength. Now, we should take a deep dive into these just so you guys understand what they are and how to increase them overall, because these stats are extremely important for endgame activities like raids and just how your build performs overall. So if we take a look at a piece of gear, for example, here, this one right here, mobility, gives us plus 11, resilience plus 13, recovery 2, discipline 2, intellect plus 12, and strength plus 12. So each piece of gear is going to give us different types of stats. You can see here, based on the gear that I have right now, my highest stat right now is mobility, which makes a lot of sense because going back to the beginning of the video, guys, the Hunter, which is the class that I chose, focuses a lot on mobility, all right? So mobility increases your movement speed and maximum jump height. Resilience increases the amount of damage you can take before dying. Recovery increases the speed at which you regain lost health. Discipline decreases the cooldown of your grenades, allowing you to use them more often. Intellect decreases the cooldown of your super ability, allowing you to use it more often. And strength decreases the cooldown time of your melee ability, allowing you to use it more often. So your gear and the stats on your gear, which you should pay attention to, is going to determine the overall stats of your player. So your mobility, your resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength is determined by the gear that you have on your character. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope I did a good job explaining everything. I tried to keep it simple. I didn't want this video to be too complex, and I didn't want it to be super long either. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. If you have any additional questions, obviously let us know in the comments below. I'm sure someone is here to help out. I also highly encourage you guys subscribing to the channel. We got a ton of Destiny 2 content coming this year. Super excited for Witch Queen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.